Go team. How is everybody? Oh, okay, wait. This is what we're gonna do. There he is. They're coming together. They're doing their Hey, hello, brother. How are you?
Is this working?
I mean, there it is. Now it's working. Yeah, how are you? Hello.
What's happening, man? Very good.
You know, mate. Same old.
Yeah. This is
Just
pretty much
quarantining. Quarantining.
This is it. This is life. This is just how things are.
Yeah, and it's important that we quarantine. I'm bored as shit, but it's important that we all quarantine.
I mean, it's 2:10.
It's an empty glass. Not for long, it's not.
Criminal, D. That is criminal.
I know. That never would have happened when you and I lived together.
No, it wouldn't
Do you
have.
want an ice cube, buddy? Dan, this is what happens. Dan loves ice cubes, so the second I get an ice cube out, he's like, oh, let's go. Look at the fucking size of him. Here you go, Bubba.
It's enormous.
Good boy. Bless him.
What a sweetheart.
I know.
Dude, this is weird for me. I've never done one of these with people actually watching one before. Watching it.
I don't know
Normally,
if you've done
like-
anything with people watching it.
No.
Oh!
Yeah, swish. Slam.
Swish.
There we go.
How are you, man? You doing good?
Yeah, it's Easter here. Happy Easter to you.
Happy Easter! Yeah, that's right. It's Easter. It's not just there. It's Easter everywhere. Easter weekend.
No, it's Easter Sunday here.
It's Easter Sunday with you, yeah, but it's Easter everywhere. Happy Easter, man.
Thanks, man. I hope I was about to say Easter fairy, but that's definitely not what it is.
I don't think so.
Bunny.
Easter bunny.
Brings you all the chocolate your little heart desires.
Well, yeah. I miss British chocolate, if I'm honest.
Oh, dude, same. By the way, like Cadbury's, is not the same.
I know.
It tastes
No,
weird.
so there's a place that I found here that does Cadbury's chocolate, but I found it, and this is the real tragedy of the virus. Is I found it about a week before we were all quarantined, and I know. Fuck. Next time I'll know.
Next Easter.
Next Easter, yeah. I just donated. I had a bunch of masks and gloves. Huh? What'd you say?
Okay. I was taking the piss.
Of course. Shocker. I just donated. I had a bunch of masks and gloves left over from an ex-girlfriend.
You should donate the Iron Man mask. You won't do that.
I don't know where that went. I think I gave that to a children's hospital because that was in Toronto. I'm pretty sure I gave that to a children's hospital.
Ah, right.
Yeah, it's gone.
That's a shame. Well, it's not a shame because the children will love it.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's a shame. Those selfish children in the hospital.
I mean, it was cool. I mean, no, it's not a shame. I take that entirely back. It was nice of you to do that. Although, one of those kids in Toronto is going to have, imagine walking around quarantined with that thing on. Did you bring
I know.
a mask?
What I really hope is they share it. I really hope that there's a shared, I get to be Iron Man today. That's really exciting. I hope that. If I could have bought 1,000 of them, if I could have afforded to buy 1,000 of them, I would. But they were really expensive.
They weren't necessarily cheap.
No, they were unnecessarily expensive, is what they were.
No.
Bubba.
No.
Good
But,
boy.
do what you can.
Let's take this off you.
Let's have a look. What do people say? I'm going to go through this.
What are people saying? Just to be clear, I don't know if there are any questions about it because I haven't been through it, but I can't answer any Penny Dreadful questions. I just am not allowed to do it.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Daryl knows more than me at this point. I
do.
can't. I'm sorry, I can't. I can't answer any questions. It'll ruin the show.
Let's have a look.
You're unnecessarily close.
I am. You're absolutely right.
What are you laughing at?
Lily's sister is dressed up as in drag.
Sure.
I mean, I must admit, it terrified me as I turned around the corner. I was like, okay.
Yeah, sure.
What's this?
You look fantastic. Don't get me wrong. You look incredible.
Dress.
I can see the dress. You look wonderful.
It's very subtle. It's very subtle.
It is subtle. That's what I like about it, I think, is the subtlety.
It's incredibly subtle.
Yeah.
So scary. I don't look like myself.
That's the whole point of drag, I suppose, is that you don't look like yourself. I don't know if that's the whole point, but that is, yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Stop trying to steal our moment.
This is my moment, all right?
Your Daryl's
sorry.
moment.
Yeah, I don't know.
Someone said, I love your accents. Well, you know what? They're ours and you can't have them.
I mean, you can rent mine.
Oh, can you?
Yes.
Times are tough. I get it. Times are tough.
rentmyaccent.com/Daryl Crowley. If you put a deposit down now, I will send you 3 variations. My standard, my Cockney, and my slowly evolving into an Australian accent.
Those are the 3 distinct accents that I know about you. That's so funny. So Daryl has 3 accents. He has the accent that is his accent, that's his normal accent. Then he has an accent where he gets drunk and he'll talk to someone from sort of Eastish London, and all of a sudden he turns and says, "Oh yeah, fuck it, I'm a builder, aren't I? Yeah, I do roofs and shit, whatever."
I built stuff.
And then he does. You have this sort of quasi-Australian accent where every now and then I'll hear you go, "Yeah, it was good, eh?" And I'm like, "What do you mean, eh?
Mate,
we don't say that."
5 years I've been here. I'm slowly evolving into an Australian. Clearly, I mean, look at me. I'm the most Australian thing you've ever seen.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. All that's missing is the surfboard and the tan.
Hey, I sit in the sun. Sometimes.
I'll teach you to surf. Next time you come to LA, I'll teach you to surf, I promise.
The scary thing is, when is that going to be? What is happening?
I know. Our quarantine just got extended to, I think, May 16th, I think.
Really?
That's what I saw this morning, yeah, May 16th.
Want to be traveling in May? That's really soon.
Oh, no, God, no. No.
I think we're looking at 6 months, I think, unfortunately. I think
I think if people adhere to the rules, if people adhere to what the government is telling them to do, then this will be squashed much quicker than it could be. But unfortunately, what we're seeing is lots of people who don't take this seriously because they think they're immune, because they think they're too young, because whatever. Yeah. And that's a real problem. Like, it's going to end up worsening the situation, because what we'll see is people going out, still kind of doing their thing, and either getting the virus and being asymptomatic or transferring the virus to other people. And then all of a sudden, there are people who, you know, in 2 weeks or 2 months or however long it is, who have the virus and don't know, who are transferring it to other people when everyone is let out of quarantine. And that's a real problem. Like, you just have to adhere to the medical professionals' opinions, because all they're trying to do is save lives. That's the only thing they're trying to do. Like, they're not doing it from a selfish point of view. They are just trying to save lives.
It's putting a massive strain on all the systems involved. So, like, at least there's one message that's the take home from this, apart from I have 3 accents. It's stay inside, be good.
Yeah. Those 2, they're very close. Those 2.
Yeah.
Those are the 2 key things.
I don't want to say that my accent is...
So, hold on. Someone just said, I work in healthcare in Florida and it's been crazy, scary experience. Well, SW_Michelle, we applaud and salute your work and your you know, proximity to danger, and all we can do is appreciate your skills and abilities and hope that, you know, you're not put in any harm's way, but we appreciate the fact that you're putting yourself on the line for people who need you. So thank you.
It really is. Sorry, I'm just going through comments.
Yeah.
What else is there?
Yeah, there's a lot of Floridians tuning in saying, please tell people to listen. And, you know, as much as we can spread the word to, you know, not just Floridians, but everyone in the world, that the reality is, 1, just because you're younger doesn't make you immune to this virus. And 2, you know, we are all looking after each other. So you're not just looking after your grandmother or grandfather or mother or father. You're looking after those of your neighbors, of your best friends, of whatever. You know, and the best way to look at it is, how would your best friend look at you if you accidentally gave their mother or their father or their grandfather or their grandmother this virus and it killed them?
There's 2 ways of looking at that way, and also everyone knows someone who is highly susceptible to it. Yeah, everyone knows someone.
100%.
So you've got to treat it like you already have it, and stay inside and be vigilant and
100%.
The right thing.
Someone has just said, O'Neill Stephanie has just said, say hello to the Tesco staff on night, still getting the shelves full for everyone. hello,
out.
and you know, again, the medical staffs are doing an amazing job, but these essential workers that are people who are stacking shelves so people can still cook and they can still eat. You're essential workers as well, and I really do appreciate the work that you're doing. It's really, really important, and I appreciate that.
Also, on that note, well, I said line, very Australian there. On that line.
On that line.
Note, I'd like to shout out Tesco's meal deals because I do very much miss them, even though I don't live in England. £3.
You have done. You have done for years. Darren and I lived together for almost 2 years. Meal deals were his bread and butter.
Yeah, because I couldn't afford bread and butter. I would get...
Bread and butter was $4.75 and a meal deal was $3.50.
£3. £3.
£3. That's right. £3.
Inflation is $3.50 now, but back in my day, Dominic, it was £3.
I'm older than you.
What's that? Yeah.
I'm older than you.
You look it as well, but that's not anything to worry about.
Most of that is the drinking and the lighting.
Most of that, yeah.
I'm trying to grow my beard out, but after 30 years of growth, this is really all I've got, which is pretty embarrassing. Because in this light, there isn't any.
Well, you know, can't have everything, can you, Dom?
Yeah, what can you do? Hi, Dan. Does everyone want to see Dan? There he is.
Let's
shit.
Dan.
Look at him.
Oh my God, look at him. He is a cartoon dog.
I know. He literally looks like Disney drew him.
Someone drew him, and now it's a little guy. I like.
Raja's here somewhere.
Where's Raja? I miss Raja.
I know. Isn't she sweet? Where is she? Raja.
Someone's coming to Argentina. We've been in quarantine for at least.
This is funny here. Check this out. So this is sort of my spare room for everyone. This is my guest room. There's a pool table and there's my sort of quasi work equipment and TV and whatever. And I have a beanbag here, and that's where Raja lives.
Oh my God, look at her. She doesn't look happy.
This is her, honestly, this is a happy space. She's going to be pissed off when I pick her up now. Come here. Come here, you goof. Oh, there's my girl.
I'd get my cats, but they've pissed off somewhere. They literally have just run off. Oh, look at
I've put barriers up in my house to separate the pets from each other, and it's like doing hurdles. Raja, say hello to the folks. She doesn't care.
She's incredibly indifferent, isn't she?
Yeah, entirely indifferent. She doesn't give a shit.
Dom, what?
Yes.
Sophie X05 wants to know, what do you miss from Shadowhunters? Apart from the money. No, I'm kidding.
You know, yeah, apart from the money. The money was great. I honestly, genuinely, I talked to Matt and I was just talking to Alberto today. I talked to Matt and I talked to Alberto a lot. And I really do miss the camaraderie of, Matt and Alberto especially, I got very, very close to.
It's a nice gang, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I got to see, some of my best friends every day, which was really cool. It was kind of a bit like when you and I lived together. Like, I'd go off and do our things. And at some point, I knew I'd be back at home with my best buddy. And that was really cool. And for that to be sort of encapsulated with the ability to be doing what I love for a living, which so many actors aren't doing, because it's such a competitive field, it was really special. And I really enjoyed that. So I think probably the camaraderie was really important.
Well, they all say it, don't they? You see it on sort of award shows. They go, we were like a family. But as someone from an outside perspective that got to see you guys, it was like a little family.
It was. I mean, look, I think saying we were like a family, and I hear it quite a bit, is doing a bit of a disservice to my family. I've known my family for 30 years. Like, they're the most important people in my life. So to say that people were like a family is, I think, personally doing a bit of disservice. Yeah. But they did become my best friends, like my absolute best friends. And my best friends like you, Daryl, and like Sai and Greg and, a handful of others have become an extended part of my family. But that's because I've known you for 15 years. You know what I mean? So these people that I worked with, it was very special because they have become a huge part of my life. But I don't know if I would call anyone family, because I don't think that's a fair way of putting it.
Take it back then.
Yeah, but no, but it's a valid opinion, but you know what I mean? Like, I feel like if I called, Kat, my sister, my actual sister would be a bit like, well, I've known, you know, my sister's 18, and my actual sister would be a bit like, well, you've known me for 18 years. Like, how did this person all of a sudden become your sister? And I'm like, you know, that's a totally fair opinion. So Kat is, you know, I adore her, and she's one of my very dear friends, but I wouldn't call anyone necessarily family, because my family is my family.
I was like, they were. He's like, no.
But the key point is there that I do adore these people, and I'm actually in the middle here. I don't know if I can show you this because a bunch of the screens have gone, but I'm in the middle of a Mafia game with, is Kat still in there? No, Kat's been voted off. Mafia is sort of a werewolfy type game, and Kat was playing, and she's just been voted off. And I was voted off first, fuckers. And that's why now I'm on live, because I have some time to kill. But yeah, you know, I talk to Kat very often. I adore her. I think she's wonderful. But yeah.
Gemma Mumford would like to know, Daryl, Dom, how did you become friends? Basically, he just followed me around, and I was like, all right. Did you say Tinder?
Tinder, yeah, it was on Tinder. Yeah. So,
no, he just followed me around for a long time, and I was like, fine, all right.
Eventually, he let me in. He let me into the world. No, you know, actually, Daryl and I have a sort of somewhat interesting story. We worked together at a supermarket when we were 16. We didn't know each other, but we worked at the same supermarket when we were probably about 16 years old.
We worked at the Seven Oaks. We worked at the Sainsbury's in Baton Ball in Kent.
Yeah.
And Dom had this really wonderful red hair at the time that I'll never forget. And
he sure did. He sure did.
I wasn't, because I'm not an idiot, but everyone else was.
Yeah. And then, miraculously, we met probably 2 years later through a mutual friend of ours. And that was it. Oh, shit, wait, I think the game is over, so I've got to jump back in. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon.
Oh, he's off.
I'm off. Bye. Bye, 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 bye.
Take it easy. Bye.